Hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages. It's Thunder here. Yes, the twin brother to famed pirate captain Boom Boom Meow. And today I've been asked to talk from my remote home in Canada, because I can't fly in due to stormy weather to the gala this evening, to talk about Fomo and how to combat it. Now, within our community, we have certain members, at Tanwax, for example, that suffer from this rare disorder called Fomo. Yes, the fear of missing out. And I'm here today to guide you all through a process which will help with this. And they've asked me to speak at the gala, but they'll remote this conversation in so you can all see it. Make sure that when you go to the gala this evening, you are wearing your electronium pin. Otherwise, it might be difficult to get in. All right, let's get started now, shall we? So, the fear of missing out is actually a very real thing that a lot of us suffer from time to time. And yet, there wasn't a lot of research done on how to actually combat it. Now, some of these are unique, and keep in mind a lot of them are for entertainment purposes, but if you apply them properly, they should help in any situation in your life, regardless of what kind of FOMO you're suffering from. So here we go. What you want to know is first, just like when you're at the movie theaters, placing your head down in between your knees and taking in a deep breath should allow that moment of FOMO to pass. And of course, this is just if it's a very, very slight case of FOMO, you will want to do that so that way you will feel rested. Once that moment passes, close your eyes just like they tell you for big movie events. Rise or raise your head slowly up off of your lap and open your eyes again, and surely that feeling shall pass. Immediately call a friend that's not suffering from FOMO for step number 2. And this is important because we all rely on friends from time to time. So if you're going through a hard bout of FOMO, your friend can help you out. They'll just talk about other things. They'll get your mind off of it. Maybe they'll get you going on a project, or they'll need your help with something. And this can be beneficial in a lot of ways. And a lot of people don't think about this as being a valid step, but it surely will help. On to step number 3. In extreme cases where FOMO can hit you hard and come literally out of nowhere, go to your significant other and tell them you require a list of chores to do. Now, this is extreme, and let me tell you from personal experience, you'll want to do this almost as a last step out of all these steps. But because it's important, I've put it up at the top, and that's why it's sitting at number 3. Your significant other will surely, A, be amazed that you're asking for things to do, and I know from my personal experience, this has kept FOMO away for at least a year and a half. And I've suffered FOMO in no way, shape, or form because my significant other, she gives me a lot of work to do. So that step may work for you. On to number 4. Do a crossword puzzle. This will get your mind off FOMO. And in general, I personally believe that crossword puzzles kind of suck, but that's just my own opinion. I do know, however, a lot of people, once they get one started, they actually focus on it until they finish it. So it's important that if you're doing a crossword puzzle, you maintain that crossword puzzle till the end. And of course, in doing that, you'll stay off FOMO for potentially a long time. Same sort of idea as doing a puzzle. Should the FOMO hit you hard, get out a puzzle. The bigger, the more pieces, the better. And that will stay the FOMO for quite a while and could eliminate it altogether. Going on to number 5, eat ice cream. Why would this be on the list, you ask? Almost everybody likes ice cream. Almost everybody does not like FOMO. FOMO. Don't do the FOMO. Eat ice cream. Much, much better. Hopefully you don't suffer from a lot of FOMO, otherwise it could get expensive. But on the plus side, there's a lot of different varieties of ice cream, so you should be good for a long time. Number 6, make a project with your kid. Now this can be fun because a lot of kids in this day and age, they play Fortnite or they're just logged into the computer for far too long. Take them outside. Explore something called the woods. Take them on an adventure. Walk. These words may be new to them, but you could find hidden adventure, and in doing that, FOMO would be lost. Number 7 is one of my favorites, and although you need to have some trusted friends to do this one, it's called Naked Twister. It's a board game basically where you put your hands and feet in different places on the ground, and it requires actually a lot of skill, and it requires friends that you're comfortable with. And this is an excellent, excellent way to get rid of FOMO. FOMO. If you do this, you'll realize that FOMO is gone. However, if it isn't, then you need to increase the dosage from just one friend to 5 friends, and that should fix the case. Number 8 is writing a poem or a short story, actually putting pen to paper. And this will allow you to creatively enhance that energy into a focal point where you can then have at a measure of keeping that FOMO at bay because you're actively engaged in writing that story. A cooking recipe is a perfect example of this, or a short story about anything other than how you got into electronium, because that would most likely lead you back to FOMO. Number 9, gather toy squirrels. At Pahini will tell you, squirrels are fun and everybody should have one. But if you go on a quest to go and seek different kinds of squirrels, that could take a long time. And in the process of having that quest, you would eliminate FOMO because you would, in essence, create what I call another sort of FOMO, removing the first one. You would run around trying to find the different kinds of squirrels that you could. And that would then become the fear of missing out that you might have is, did you get all the squirrels? Maybe we should erase that step. It might be too close to FOMO itself, but it's still fun to think about. Going on, FOMO cream. Now, this has recently come out from the group called Fomo, Not Your FOMO Cream Company. And what they do is they just rub it in. It's just like cream. You rub it in, and poof, FOMO's gone. No more FOMO. And this is fantastic. So if you can get out there and find some of this FOMO cream, I'm sure that there's many merchants that carry it. Number 11, buy an ETN product and wear it. Now, this would sound odd because it would just bring your feelings back to ETM, and then you might get that FOMO fear again. But in actual fact, studies show that 9 out of 10 people that buy ETN merchandise, they're so proud and happy of that merchandise that they own, and a significant amount of the percentage of those people think that they may be the first ones owning that merchandise, that it eliminates all fears of FOMO. So this is important. Get out there and enhance mass world adoption of ETN by buying something to get rid of that FOMO. Now keep in mind, this isn't an advertisement. This is just a cure, if you think about it that way. And like a common cold, FOMO has many different strains. So one of the best ways to get rid of it if you have it is to pass it on to someone else. You can let them know what's going on and they take up even a greater amount of FOMO, literally sucking it out of you, and then they run with it and then they pass it off. And eventually that strain works its way through the population until it comes to an end. That end is usually mass adoption, but we'll see. So in this case, if you follow all of these steps from 1 to 12, you should absolutely eliminate any FOMO you might have. Well, thank you all for attending this meeting. I seriously hope you enjoy the gala event tonight. Please make sure you do bring your Electronium badge. As you see, I am wearing mine. Take care. Much love. Thunder.